And how much did you make from your biggest project?
About 35.
Yo, my people, welcome back to the Venture Room, the #1 platform for aspiring entrepreneurs. So today we're in Putney, one of the wealthiest parts of South London. And I want to find out what they do for a living, how much money they make, and how they would flip 5K by the end of the summer. It's going to be a good one, stay tuned. £5,000, how would you invest that?
I'd put it in a high-yield savings account that pays about 6 to 7.5%.
And just compounds every year.
And just leave it alone.
What do you do for a living? Super quick.
Engineer.
Do you enjoy it?
Love it.
Yeah. What's the best thing about being an engineer?
Problem solving, 100%. Constant problems, gotta come with something, keeps it interesting. It's not the same thing every single day.
Is AI going to steal your job? That's the
No
key
ways.
question. No?
You can't replace human hands when it comes to physical work.
That's true, actually. Go back in time, what advice would you give a younger self?
I wouldn't have gone to uni. I'd have got into a trade straight away. I would have found a bigger firm, worked my way up the ladder from then. I'm starting 3 years late, but I'm loving it.
What do you do for a living?
I've actually just come back from 9 months of travelling today. I saved savings from my previous job, and then I was out there as a photographer, taking pictures, working for brands and stuff.
How does someone start out? Like someone that's young that wants to be a freelance photographer? What
I'd
advice?
say invest in mastering your craft first, because it builds confidence in yourself to approach these brands. Once you've aced the photography side of it, then start to learn the business side of things, because it's 50-50 these days. You can take a great photo, but if you don't know how to approach clients, it's just pointless. So for example, where I've just been to Iceland, I was going to do that trip anyway. So my wage has been that they've paid me is paid for the trip rather than it being like an out-and-out career, if you know what I'm saying. So still fun in my own way.
What's the most you've made in a month from being a camera guy?
Maybe like 3.5K.
Decent.
Roughly.
Nice, have a good day, yeah? You could have been famous, but you missed out. So we're trying to find out what is the best business to start today. And I feel like you're an entrepreneur, I've got a vibe.
Yeah, I sort of am.
What's your business?
I'm an architect.
What's the best thing about being an architect?
Making a physical, tangible difference.
And what's like the best month you've had, just so people know the context in terms of what they could make from a deal?
Projects they can last decades. So the most profitable part of that project isn't necessarily the beginning, but you know you're going to get it at some point in the life of the project. You can sign something that will give you, I don't know, 5% of a construction build or whatever it is, and then you know that, maybe 3 months down the line, that's going to be quite a nice tasty figure.
And how much did you make from your biggest project?
From our biggest, about 35K.
Time for me to take over the show now, guys. Why don't we catch the supercars in red lights? Like, it's just so annoying. You know what I mean? Guys, quick question. What's the best life advice you've received so far?
Keep going on.
Keep going on. Love the car, man. What do you do for work?
I don't want to know.
We're trying to inspire some young people who want to get this kind of car.
What do I do for work? Property.
Property?
Yeah.
And what advice would you give someone to want to get into property?
Don't quit.
Yeah? Can you give us a rev?
Ever.
Yeah! Thank you.
This is where I start. Festivals.
Festivals?
Yeah.
What kind of festival? What's like the...
I don't know, like small ones.
Yeah?
Like a couple hundred people.
What kind of music have you made?
Like... no, imagine. I'm not sure, maybe just whoever my mates who want to make music.
That'd be sick.
And then just be like, oh, you can perform.
Because the next question was going to be, if I gave you 5K, what would you start? I guess a festival.
That would be it. Bang on the money.
And what's the favourite thing about your job?
My job?
Yeah.
That it makes me money so I can have fun.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a sales manager for a tech firm.
Do you enjoy it?
No, not really.
If I gave you 5K now, would you start a business?
Potentially. It would almost be like an Uber-esque thing, but for session musicians. So you would create your own profile, and then if you did a good job, someone would rate you higher, and then you could become a session singer for other people's projects, I guess. So say if you've written a song, but you're not a very good singer, and you need a singer to do it, to get your demo out there or something, or you need a guitarist or a saxophone player, you would go on that site, and then you would source that person for your project. Yeah, been thinking about it for a while, but...
Why haven't you started it? What are you waiting for?
I'm skint.
I do want to start a business. It is in the works at the minute.
What's the business?
Like second-hand fashion. So I turn cigar boxes into handbags.
That's a sick idea. And what would you call it?
He's already named it. It sounds better in his accent. In mine, it's not that great, but it's Cigar Club.
That is sick. And you launched it yet, or?
Not yet.
Excuse me, super quick. Can I ask you what you do for a living? Super quick. 20
transmission.
seconds.
Transmission.
Do you enjoy
TV.
it? Do you love the job?
Yeah, of course. 27 years transmission.
What is transmission?
Broadcasting TV channels.
Really? What channels?
Viacom channels. So it's MTV, Nickelodeon, Comedy
I
Central.
knew you were successful. Are you enjoying it? You like the job?
27 years. So I can't
that's
complain,
good, man.
I work in Universal Music.
Really?
So it's like an admin role. Like I deal with like the event side of things.
You enjoying it?
Yes, I am.
You can tell the truth, don't worry.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Would you start your own business?
Would I?
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
What would you do?
I do art. So something to do with that, like creative, or like tattooing or something like that. So my name's Anthony, and in uni I did like this project about honey ants. You know, it's like an ant. So I called it Honey Ant.
Okay.
Because I can graphically make it look cute and blah 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 blah. But it was like t-shirt prints, hoodie prints. So
That's a
something like
sick
that.
name though, I love it.
I know, don't take it.
And if I gave you £1 million, what would you spend your time doing?
I'd leave this shithole called London. I'd leave London and I'd go around maybe Portugal and stuff and live there.
Yeah, I love it.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to be a physio then?
Don't do it. You're literally just massaging old men all day.
I love this.
I want to be a poet.
You want to be a poet?
Yeah.
So if I was to give you £1 million right now and said pick a job to do, you'd pick poetry?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a passion then.
Yo people, so I think that was a sick episode. Putney has got some very interesting people, very interesting characters. I think the key gems I took away from today is look into the power of group economics. If you've got some friends that have got money to invest, don't be afraid to pull that money to kind of elevate yourself higher. Also, make sure you're aiming high, make sure you're ambitious, and always work hard and stay consistent. But yeah, sick episode. We'll see you on the next one.